order to chaos.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is it called?
I forget the exact name of the law.
Okay. So entropy, which is
Entropy, yeah.
which is one of the most important factors
Yes.
in this multiverse.
Yeah.
They actually did a calculation on their calculation. Based on that, they believe that entropy can go to, you know, this multiverse you talk about, where you have a universe which comes into existence, it expands and contracts and starts another one.
No, not really. That's not the multiverse that I'm talking about. But
It's
okay, fine.
called, what is it called? There's a name for it. Forget the name. It's
talking about
cyclic
the-
universe.
yeah, the cyclic
Yeah, the
universe
cyclic.
downstairs.
So this cyclic universe is one of them which defines this eternal
Yes.
universe,
Yes.
and they believe that it can only go through iterations up to 80 or a bit more than that. But it's not something which is basically going to be for infinite number of loops. In other words, you can have cycles. You can have a cyclic universe up to
You
maybe.
have X number of cycles.
Yes, exactly.
Before whatever.
it stops existing.
Okay.
Okay? So wait. So based on that guy who had very little knowledge about this eternal universe, as you might have yourself understood, is because the reason they have discounted this is because this cyclic universe cannot go through this different tests of probability, and the reason they use is the second law of thermodynamics, which can only go through certain number of iterations, and afterwards it basically doesn't happen anymore. In other words, you can have 80 to 88 iterations, and that's it.
Okay, so
So the universe, wait, for universe to have multiple cycles indefinitely, it doesn't exist.
Okay, so-
because of this reason of the second law of thermodynamics.
Okay, so
now, what are the other models that you know of which can talk about an eternal universe?
there's the fractal universe, there's eternal inflation.
Okay, explain one of them that you believe is the strongest.
So eternal inflation is perhaps the strongest in which has basis in modern physics as we know it right now, which is basically that the universe is always expanding. It always has been expanding, and it's always existed. It is just a subatomic quantum fluctuation in that expanding universe that our universe is, and there are several of these everywhere happening simultaneously.
Where is the evidence for that?
It's a hypothesis.
So
And there is
So it's not even a theory, it's just a hypothesis.
it's a hypothesis.
Okay, good. So
It's a
in other
hypothesis,
words,
but it's a hypothesis with corroborating scientific evidence,
which is what?
which is the cosmic microwave
Okay,
background.
I'll give you one thing. If you're telling me these universes have a beginning or don't have a beginning?
They have a beginning,
Okay, so it means it's not eternal.
but the universe itself is eternal.
How?
See, you're confusing between our universe and the larger universe in itself.
Where is there? Can you see that other universe other than ours?
No, but we can predict that they might exist depending on the laws of gravity and.
But how do you know the laws are the same in that other universe?
Because that's what I'm telling you. How do you know the laws are the same in the other universe?
No, you're saying it's a
we don't
prediction.
know. No, we don't know. But what we can
hold on.
say, one second, basic quantum mechanics and theory of relativity.
What has quantum mechanics to do with this?
I'm telling you, if you let me say that.
Okay, go on.
Basic quantum mechanics predicts
What?
that there are multiple instances of the universe that can be formed in an eternally inflating universe.
Based on what? Which part of quantum mechanics postulates this? What you just said.
Which part of quantum
Yes.
mechanics? Because quantum particles come into existence spontaneously and go away.
Is it from nothing?
We don't know.
It is not from nothing.
We don't know.
Have you
where it is from.
have you heard of the
But we
have you
just
heard of the
know that it
quantum?
happens.
Wait. Have you heard of the quantum vacuum?
Yes, I have.
Is a quantum vacuum nothing or something?
No, the quantum vacuum is just the quantum vacuum.
Is it nothing or is it something?
We don't know, but we just know that.
You know, look, Puneet, with all due respect, if you don't know, then don't delve into it.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Wait a
That's
minute,
what I'm
Puneet, wait a minute,
Yeah, yeah.
wait a minute. If you don't know what the quantum, wait a minute, let me finish. If you don't know what the
Then enlighten me. Tell me what the quantum vacuum is.
No, wait a minute. Before you ask me what the quantum vacuum is, you made a statement
Yeah.
that it comes into existence from
Quantum particles come into existence.
From where?
From nothing.
no,
Then
no.
where do they come from?
You cannot say nothing. I'm telling you that any scientist who says that particles come from nothing are not scientists.
Okay, then where do
Because
they come
no scientist makes that assertion. Anything comes from nothing.
from? No, they come into spontaneous existence.
Yeah, from where?
It doesn't matter. From
It does matter because that was my question.
Okay, so I'm telling you that we.
Don't
okay,
say you.
okay,
Tell me what the scientist
Yeah,
said.
they say we don't know where they come
Okay,
from.
that is better. You know that is better
Yeah.
because what you just said a minute ago was from nothing. That is a
The
fallacy.
first time I didn't say it was nothing. Second time, on the second go around, the word slipped out of the mouth. But
Okay,
we
good.
don't know where they
Okay,
come
let's
from.
not have
They
any
come
more
from
slips. So
spontaneous.
one thing we know is not from nothing. Okay?
No, we
The
don't know
reason,
We don't know that.
okay, scientifically, can something come from nothing?
It doesn't matter.
It does.
No.
It does.
No.
Because if
We
something
don't
is a
know.
fallacy,
But that's what I'm trying to say.
Punit,
You are
Punit.
putting-
Now you're going into a field which is non-scientific.
No, but that's what I'm trying
Can
to say.
anything come from nothing?
No, we don't know. Again, we don't know. That's the point
Okay.
I'm trying to make.
Let me
We
take
don't
you
know.
a step back.
But no, what I'm trying to say is
Punit,
that-
let me take a step back because what you have just made there is another fallacy. When you say we don't know,
Yes.
it implies that there is a possibility it can come from nothing.
Of course it can.
Good. Now let me ask you this. What is your definition of nothing?
I cannot define nothing. Nothing would be
It's
as
very
simple
simple,
as vacuum of space.
No, vacuum is still something.
Exactly.
Okay.
It could
So
be
what is
such
nothing?
simple. Nothing is nothing.
Okay, let me ask you another question. No. You do not define the word with a word.
Then what-
Have you looked at a
okay,
dictionary?
how do you
The
define
words have a
the word
definition.
Okay.
In the definition, the word itself.
With the dictionary meaning of nothing, I can probably pull that up. But then that is.
Well,
not
we are
what we're
talking
getting
English,
at.
aren't we?
But you aren't getting.
I want you to give me an English definition of the word nothing.
Okay,
Shall I give you?
yeah, please.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. For me, the meaning of nothing is the absence of everything. Is that good enough for you?
Yeah.
Good, Alhamdulillah. Now the next question. Does nothing exist?
Again, we really don't know.
I'm saying it doesn't exist. It's a concept.
Okay, fine.
Do you agree with that as well?
No, I don't agree. With
You don't
it,
agree
but
with
I
it?
agree.
Okay, so in other words, in the universe, you can find nothing somewhere.
We don't know. Again, we are
Oh
making
my God.
assertions.
You're
that-
getting worse, honestly. I thought you were an intelligent man
No, but I'm
earlier.
willing to listen out what you're
No, but if you say, look,
I don't have to agree with
Punit,
whatever
do you
you're
agree with the definition I gave you?
Yeah.
Okay,
the
so if
definition
something,
of a
listen,
roundabout way is correct.
No, it's not roundabout way. It is very specific. The absence of everything.
Everything is
Okay, now if it's an absence of everything, yes, that means does it exist?
Again, that's an assertion that can't be made either which ways.
I'm making the assertion that.
But okay.
Okay, let me ask you. Let me ask you.
One second. But why? Okay, I agree that you're making the assertion, and this is what you believe.
But
Continue
you
with your line of
wait. In order for me,
see where
no.
this goes.
In order for us to communicate with certain words, we need to be on the same page. For example, do you believe in infinity?
Yes, there are several kinds.
Does
of
infinity exist,
Yes,
or is it a concept?
a concept can exist.
Oh my God, I don't think we're getting anywhere with this.
A concept can exist.
A concept can exist. So basically, a green elephant.
Does maths exist?
Wait.
It's as simple as
A
that.
green elephant
Is
who's
maths-
flying in the
does
sky
maths-
is a
does-
concept. Does it
yeah,
exist?
But does maths exist? Maths is a concept.
Math is abstract.
It's a concept.
Numbers
right?
abstract.
Yeah, it's a concept, but it does exist. It has real world implications.
No.
Everything that
When you say
has
exist,
exists
hold
on
on.
maths.
Now we have to define the term exist.
Okay.
Because what you're saying is about abstract numbers.
Yeah.
Numbers are abstract.
Okay.
Do they exist in the real world?
No. But
Thank you.
But the effect
At
of
least that
numbers
is
exists
at least
in
that
the
you
real
agree.
world.
Okay, so now
But the effect of numbers exists.
wait a minute. I'm not talking about the effect of the numbers.
And
Effect of the
everything.
numbers means what? Are you telling me if
Numbers are the
listen? If you
define.
are you telling me that if there is a society somewhere in the world who knows nothing about maths,
Yes.
and let's say they don't even use numbers, yes,
Yes.
does it affect them?
Of course it does.
How?
Because numbers are intrinsic.
But they don't use numbers.
It doesn't matter if they use numbers or not. The effect of the numbers is there.
What is the effect on them? Give me one thing that affects them.
On
Go on.
everything from the percentage of.
They don't use percentage.
It doesn't matter. It
I'm
still
telling you
works.
about a scenario.
It still works. Just
Punit, I'm
because-
telling you a scenario.
That's
Okay,
what-
give me one example that affects them. Go on.
Everything from the houses that they make, cutting the wood, they know the dimensions that they're going to use. They have an intrinsic idea of how to make a house so that it doesn't collapse. Everything is maths.
They don't live in houses, they live in trees. Then what?
Okay, which tree's branch looks strong enough? That's all.
That's got nothing to do with numbers.
Of course it is. Of course it is. The thickness of the.
Do they measure
all
it?
numbers doesn't
They
matter.
just jump on it and see, is it big enough?
They know it.
You know, I can play this game all day. One thing you need to realize is this. There are certain things which are abstract. There are certain things which are concepts.
Yes.
They don't exist in the real world. They might,
But the
yes.
effect-
I agree.
effect
I agree. For example, in a formula, in maths, you can use a term which is infinite. They have a symbol for it. They have a symbol for zero. Is there anything which is zero in the world?
But it doesn't matter. It's still
It does matter. I'm telling you real world implications. There are certain things we use in order to communicate. Yes? Like for example, the term zero, like the term infinity, like the term, what's the term that we were using? Yeah, nothing. These things we use in order for us to communicate. But if I asked you, does nothing exist? The answer to that is very simple. No, because it's a concept. Good. So now we're getting somewhere. So now the question is this. If nothing doesn't even exist, can it bring about something which does exist in the real world?
But who said nothing brought about something?
That was a question. It was not a statement. It's a question to you. If something doesn't even exist like nothing, can it bring into existence something?
But again,
Like your cat, for example.
But again, what I'm saying is, in what context is the question being asked?
Okay, from nothing to something. Very
Maybe
simple.
the start of the universe, Big Bang.
No, I'm not talking about the story. I'm talking about anything. Let's say an atom. Do you believe an atom is something, right?
Yes.
Can an atom come from nothing?
Apparently it does.
Where?
When quantum particles...
Oh, there he goes again.
Again.
You yourself said it's not from nothing. It's a slip of tongue.
Okay.
I'm asking, can it come from nothing? Not from somewhere you don't know.
Okay, fine.
So once again,
Coming from something.
can it
Fine.
come from nothing?
Okay. No, fine.
Alhamdulillah, finally. It's so difficult to get to you, Puneet. Simple terms sometimes, unfortunately. But alhamdulillah, at least we are there. Now the question is this. Do you believe the atom is something?
Yes.
It cannot come from nothing. The atom is microscopic. We cannot even observe it with our naked eye, right? We need a special kind of microscope. Yes? An atomic microscope, is that what it's called? We need a special kind of microscope. The universe is massive. If the atom cannot come from nothing, can the universe come from nothing?
In the roundabout way that you're...
Don't give me roundabouts. I don't like beating around the bush.
No, but that's what
No, I want specific answer to the specific
But
question.
that's what I'm saying. If,
What?
If the way that you are defining nothingness...
No, which you agreed with me.
No, but then...
Don't say you. Don't put it on me. I'm asking the question to you. Don't try to put it on me.
From something, from...
Alhamdulillah. Okay, so it's not from nothing.
Yeah,
Okay.
fine.
Now the question is this. What is this something?
We call it the singularity.
What is the singularity? Did the singularity come from nothing?
We don't know.
Can it come from nothing?
We don't know.
Can it come from nothing?
Again, we don't know.
Okay, how can you say we don't know?
Because you are...
We have already
talking about
agreed to-
things that we don't know about.
Puneet, you already agreed to the principle something doesn't come from nothing.
But
Is
that is valid today. We don't know what will happen.
even
in the
yesterday,
future.
even yesterday something is something.
Of course it was valid. Yesterday,
Listen,
of course it was valid.
listen, Puneet,
There are so many things
something-
that are valid today which are not valid 50 years ago.
Puneet, I'm not talking about discoveries. I'm talking about something.
Exactly.
Is something yesterday and today? Or was it only something yesterday?
But then we don't know what is going to be in the future.
Okay, is the infinite, sorry, is the, I'm talking about the future, for God's sake. I'm asking you about what you yourself postulated.
Yeah.
You mentioned the singularity.
Yes.
What is the singularity?
Singularity is, in layman's terms, where everything in the universe that we see was compacted into a single infinitesimally dense point.
Is it nothing?
Singularity. It's something. It's everything. In fact, the singularity is
Good.
everything.
So something and everything is not nothing. Do you agree?
The singularity is everything.
I agree, but it cannot be nothing, can it?
Again, okay, fine. Let's go on.
Because it exists. It existed at one point, right? Anything that exists in reality cannot be nothing.
Okay, fine.
Good.
No problem.
So now, please answer the question. Can something, or everything in your case, compacted into the singularity, can this singularity come from something that doesn't exist, like nothing?
Again, we don't know what probably know. That's why
What's
the
wrong
whole
with this
thing-
guy, honestly? You're not being sincere now. Either that or you don't understand the question.
No, I understand the question.
Okay, the question once again, do you agree with this principle that something cannot come from nothing?
Okay, supposing it came from something.
No, supposing. I want to get to the bottom of this.
because
Please,
your question-
either you agree or disagree with this principle.
Because the question is framed in such a way.
No,
if
put it, there's a different question.
No.
Listen to the question first. Do you agree with this principle? Something tangible, can it come from nothing? Something. I'm not talking about infinity, I'm not talking about singularity or universe
Something
or
has to
atom.
come from something.
Okay, this is the principle we are going to work on.
Okay, fine,
Okay?
go on.
You said the singularity is a something.
Okay.
Do you stick with the principle that it cannot come from nothing?
Now that's where it breaks down.
Which is what?
That's where it breaks down.
What breaks down?
because at the end of the day, what you're talking about is causality. Something has to come from something else, right?
It's called causality.
Causality.
And what is causality?
Yeah, causality is something, cause and effect.
Anything that has a beginning.
Yes.
Has a
Again,
cause.
Again, yes.
Do you agree with that principle?
Yes.
Yes?
It's called causality.
Yes.
But then but the point is, as soon as you reach the singularity, causality breaks down.
No, it doesn't.
Of course it does.
How?
Of course it
How?
does. All the laws of physics stop working at that
Why?
point in time. Because
Why?
we don't know. We are missing something in our picture of the universe.
So you're saying in order for something to exist, you need to have the physical laws.
No, you don't. I'm not saying.
So
that
why
at
does it
all.
break down? Because you mentioned the laws of
Because
physics.
we don't understand beyond that.
So say like that, I don't know. Instead of saying,
What have I been saying? We don't know. We don't know.
no. You said, in fact, I had to break it down to you what nothing means.
I've been saying we don't know since when.
Okay, so in other words, where the singularity came from, we don't know. Is that what you're saying? Good. Now the question which you haven't answered still is, I understood your point, we don't know. And if you stop there, that would have been fine. The question that I asked you was very specific. Is there any probability or possibility, yes, that it came from nothing?
Again, we don't know.
Okay. Remember the principle you agreed to earlier?
Yes, but that works in this universe, this current iteration.
Oh, wait. So you're telling me the singularity is in a different universe?
No, we don't know. We don't know.
Which universe is it in? Is it in? Are you telling me?
Say nothing can come.
Yeah.
Something can't come from nothing. It doesn't matter where you put that.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm
You see,
saying.
Mark got the point. You didn't get the point, unfortunately.
You're missing the wood for the trees. You're looking at causality on a very, very small scale.
We have
How
to.
it works in
We
the
have to
universe
look at every single
exactly.
scale.
But what I'm trying to say is that at the singularity, causality breaks down.
You know what? You don't even know if the singularity is in our universe or not.
There is no place that the singularity was.
Or the singularity wasn't in any place.
It was everywhere. That's what the point I'm trying to make.
Where is everywhere?
Everywhere.
Okay, you're telling me space existed before singularity?
Space and time were created at the point.
No, but you said it existed everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. There is no space or time for it to exist in. It is space and time, the singularity.
So can anything, listen, I'm using the term anything for something. Can something or anything exist without time and space?
Again, singularity exists without time and space. Black holes exist without time or space.
Really?
Of course they do.
Black holes exist without time and space?
Yes.
So where are the black holes? Are they in our universe or outside?
They're in our universe.
Does our universe have space?
Yes, it does.
So you said it's without space and time.
Yeah, but singularity.
Make up your mind, man.
Again,
Okay. So you have used the term. Wait. You have used the term singularity, and you have agreed it's not nothing. Am I right? The singularity is not nothing. It is something.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Now the question which you seem, I think Mark has understood this, but you somehow haven't understood yet. If the singularity is something, three possibilities exist. It created itself, it came from nothing, or something caused it. Which one is true in this case?
As far as we can tell, it created itself.
Oh, it created itself. Who is we, by the way? Who is we? Again, you're using the same language as the guy before you.
Alan Guth, eternal inflation.
So what does Alan Guth say? Did he say it created itself?
Yeah, it spontaneously comes into existence.
But what do you mean by spontaneous?
Spontaneous means
Does it require some material for it to exist?
spontaneous.
Is there any evidence for this?
That's the hypothesis, and it works.
Okay, so there's no evidence for it. In other words, it's a speculation. Can we call it a speculation? It is. Okay, so when you say spontaneously came from nothing,
Yes.
that means you are breaking the principle of something coming from nothing.
Exactly why.
In other words, you're telling me.
I'm not saying.
Wait. In other words, you're going back to the quantum physics. The quantum mechanics. Am I right?
Possibly. We don't
Okay,
know.
so once again, do the what do you say? The quantum matter come from nothing?
Again, we don't know.
So say don't know. Don't say from nothing.
But I've been saying we don't know all this while.
No, you said there's a possibility it came from nothing. Okay,
You're the one who's trying
so remember I gave you the three options? You said it created itself.
Yeah.
Yes? So in other words, it's got some sort of consciousness.
There doesn't need to be a God for the universe to come into existence.
So how does
If
it...
you're saying it created
Let me get this right. Something which...
need a God for
Wait. I didn't ask you about God yet. Okay, so don't jump to God.
You just brought in the question.
I did not bring in God.
You just said
Did I use the term God? I didn't use the term God. So anyone, I don't know, you got some sort of
Maybe I thought you
something going on in the head there. Maybe it's God whispering, telling you, say God. In other words, your fifth eye is telling you, say God. Your natural disposition. Because you see, when you say something caused itself, it's like me saying a robot invented itself. Is that even logical?
doesn't matter. The
It
universe doesn't
does,
need
because
to be
to me a singularity is more complex than a single cell molecule. It is. So if something single cell cannot create itself, how can something more complex than it create itself?
Why can't a single cell create itself?
Show me why it created itself. Go on.
But that does not mean that it didn't.
Well, you are speculating again.
No.
I'm telling you, go based on facts. You keep saying
Yes,
it can possibly, but then you can't define. So you cannot show us when, how, and where such an event occurred.
No,
All you can say is
we can replicate
speculate
a lot
about
of
it.
the process in the lab now.
Really? Show me a single lab which has produced. Even forget about a single cell. Even the mitochondria in the cell by itself in a lab.
We don't need to create mitochondria. We can create the basic building blocks, and we.
Show me which scientist has created.
We've created
No.
RNA in the lab.
Show me where it has created
Yeah, I'll have to look them up, but this is
mitochondria, which is basically the
So why the mitochondria? Why this fixation on the mitochondria?